In this video, I want to talk about control in the golf swing. To my assistance, I have a 2-iron, I have a golf ball, and I have a very control-y golf hole. Because I think that the perception of control is one of the biggest drivers to why we swing the way that we want to swing. So in this video, I will talk about a bunch of different concepts. And the first one is that if you're too controlling, you're probably, taking away some potential of your golf swing. I will talk about how my perception of control has changed over the years. Very inspired what the old timers did. I will talk about a little bit about the incidental strike. And finally, I will also talk about completing your motion and what it does mechanically for you. All right. So when you stand in front of a hole like this, this is 400 yards, very tight. This is where you feel I should probably control my motion, and maybe it looks like some kind of chopped off golf swing like that. So that was a nice shot, and it made it happen. But what if there's another concept of control that is more satisfying, to be honest? What if completing your motion is the most important thing in golf? What if completing your full motion actually delivers more control than trying to steer it? The first swing was a control swing. The second swing was just a full fluid motion. I also made another video about Jack Nicklaus. I'll show it up here. And I think you should check it out as well. All right, let's jump in. The thought process of trying to achieve as much control as possible, I think, is one of the underlying factors for most golf swings that don't reach full potential. Sure, there are modern protocols where you do this and that's the swing, but I think they're difficult to achieve. From a very, very descriptive perspective, you put your blade like a spine here, you make a backswing, you shallow the club, you come over on your lead side, you keep this angle, in this region of the golf swing, you rotate the body and extend your trail arm, and then you come into this position. Awesome. You have just now kind of, perfected Tommy Fleetwood swing. I mean, how good is he at golf, right? It's just, can you do it? In my opinion, having a bigger motion, more old school inspired, if you will, where you make the completion of the journey, the complete journey, your control mechanism, presents a much freer experience. Sure, you're going to miss one right, you're going to miss one left, but if you complete the motion, I think that is control in itself. So that was a pretty neat 6-iron. In the next segment, I will talk about that completing the motion and eventually talking about an incidental strike leads to some very nice mechanical advantages and makes it doable. All right, so let's step into what I talked about in the beginning. I feel that my perception about control has changed over the years. I performed 7 major swing changes on myself during 12 years. I performed 5 major swing changes on myself during 2 years just to understand how different mechanical concepts and different brain concepts and such works. And I became fascinated with the old school swing. I think the modern swing has been developed to achieve the most control. It's awesome in many ways, but for me, it's too difficult to do. The old school swing has another thought process about control, in my opinion. And that's this. When you're making your motion, you're making your swing arc, and you're making it your goal to complete the swing arc, to really finalize the golf swing, like you see in Nicklaus, Palmer, Watson, Weiskopf, Miller, and so on. They don't have like short chopped off motions here. They're all the way. Or why not Tiger Woods, like looking like this many times, right? Then you're influencing the impact area to become more stable. The impact area and the incidental strike that I will talk about next becomes a product of your completion of the journey. So when I'm hitting these golf shots here on YouTube, I have two thoughts in my head. One is, what's my perception of the motion? Like it's a big, big arc. I have talked about, I feel it in front of myself and all this kind of stuff, right? That's one. The second one is complete the motion, because the benefits from a consistency perspective is just massive. So when I'm hitting this shot here, that's what I'm doing. I'm completing my motion, that's my task. Because when you complete your motion, your pretty shoddy swings, so that wasn't the best one, becomes okay. So that was like what I would call almost a miss for me. And from a mechanical perspective, it influences the hands to continue their momentum. It doesn't just make that they stop and go over, but you continue your momentum, which means that your left side miss is history. Since I've been starting to perform this, I would say for the last 3 or 4 years, it is very, very rare that I miss big to the left. And for you that have played golf for a while, you know that the big left miss is the biggest, most detrimental miss in golf. So completing the motion creates a really cool, effect in your mind. It gives you confidence, and mechanically, it makes it possible to perform an incidental strike. That's the next part. So just to make this a little bit clearer, I want the strike, the impact area, to be a byproduct of my athletic downswing intention that I train and my athletic follow-through intention that I train. And I want to wrap it inside a feeling of completing a big swing arc. If you think that you're going to hit the golf ball, it leads to all kinds of problems. I will make another video about that in the future. But if you make the journey the goal of the golf swing, you will make the strike incidental. And when the strike becomes incidental, you're basically saying to yourself that some strikes will be great, some strikes will be okay. And that's what I do. I miss half of the time, but the misses are okay, because the way that you complete the swing arc will stimulate your hands to continue the motion, as I talked about, right? So this is what I have in my head. I want to complete the golf swing, and I want to make the strike incidental. And the way that you really feel like I'm going to leave the strike to, its destiny is a very nice feeling. It frees you up. It takes away tension, and it makes it more enjoyable. And for me personally, this creates way more consistency than trying to control the impact area. All right, absolute pleasure to speak with you. I hope you got something out of the video. Thank you.